her. She's blind in one eye and she can shoot better than that.
Watch it. Watch it. That's worthy now.
What's up, everybody? It is Princeton with Dagger Studios coming at you with today's video. Are iron sights dead in airsoft? And first and foremost, want to tell you that the answer is no. So if you don't want to watch the rest of the video, go ahead and you're done. But if you want to hear why I believe that they're still alive, stay tuned, stay locked in, and let's talk about it. So I've recently got back into airsoft, and I have put down quite a few games now with my Lancer Tactical. I believe it's the RC1. And in a previous video, I talked about how my Lancer Tactical Mayo Gang, which is actually a Gen 3, I thought it was a Gen 2, but it's a Gen 3. How that thing came with backup iron sights that were just complete garbage. So I went and replaced them and got the UTG's Super Slims flip-ups. And, let me just give you my thoughts here real quick. First of all, in airsoft, because BBs are way slower than you think, especially at distance, optics like the Lancer 1, they just get in the way. Honestly, this thing just gets in the way. And we'll go into talk about this in a little bit, but I want to tell you why it gets in the way. So I've put about 10 games and about 2,000 rounds through the Mayo Gang, and with using the Lancer Tactical and optic, it performed, but it did not perform well. If you're going to run optics, and here's the big part, if you're going to run optics in airsoft, you need to get something that is at a bare minimum 1.5x, probably 2x to 3x if you don't have a variable optic that you can change yourself. A 1x in airsoft is if you're doing CQB, maybe, but I'd rather just rock iron sights in that environment anyways. So Lancer Tactical, if you're listening, great gun. The Mayo Gang MG or MC3 that I have, the 3rd gen, is an outstanding rifle. No problems with that at all so far, other than what I've discussed in the other videos on cosmetics and a little bit of functionality issue with some of the buttons on the external of the gun. Great gun. This, on the other hand, not so much. When you are engaging and you are firing and you are targeting the enemy, there's a couple of things that just immediately break the deal for this. One, it's 1x. So there's no magnification. I'm not getting any actual help at distance with this thing. Two, the luminosity of that red dot, it's a red dot reticle in here. The luminosity of this thing is horrible. You only get like 2 increases in luminosity on this red dot in here. And during outdoor daytime play, no matter if you're at the highest, it just bleeds out. You might as well not even have it. And honestly, that's what I found myself doing. As I was playing, I would use more of Kentucky windage or actually tracing the white BB with my eye rather than using this. It's $55 and it is not worth the money. Save it. Maybe Lancer has something else with a higher optic power, but for $55 you can buy backup iron sights and use that. It's just, I don't know, not a fan. In addition to those things that I've just described, the other huge headache that I have with these things is that Your windage and elevation adjustments are using a flat screwdriver, and I don't know, they're in the way a little bit. As you can see on this, the laser emitter is in this external case right here. So it's not streamlined along the housing group of the optic. It's actually external. So that also takes away from your visual acuity a little bit, depending upon how forward or backwards you have this mounted on the rifle system. The QD mount, really good. That's stuck, hold. The risers, good touch. Really like that. It's solid, but nah. Pass. We'll trade this away or sell it or something. Not going to keep it around. No long-term applications for that thing. On the other hand, I have another redundant set of the UTGs flip-up iron sights, front and rear. These things work tremendously well on the Lancer Tactical. Just like with any rifle that you're shooting pop-up iron sights or iron sights in general on, so much better, just so much better. Full range of view. Don't have to dick around with trying to find that red dot, which is it. You have full field of view, and the red dot does show up. But again, finding that red dot in complete day where it bleeds out, it's just might as well stick with the backup iron sights. I'm going to try other optics here in the future, but yeah, not happy. So, with all that being said, are iron sights dead? No, iron sights are not dead in airsoft. In fact, many people still run iron sights on their rifles when they play. A lot of the rental guys that you see are only using iron sights. So there's that. This isn't a hate on optics video. This is just, hey, if you are going to be using a 1X red dot on your airsoft gun, you might want to reconsider and upgrading it to get a more variable power, or just go back to the old trusty, because hey, it works every single time. Now, with that being said, leave your thoughts and comments in the feed below here on YouTube. I'd love to hear what you guys are using. Give me suggestions on what optics I should be trying out next, especially the variable powered ones. And if you prefer running iron sights or if you prefer optics, also let me know. I really want to hear your opinions. And if you're in the North Carolina area, also let me know. I'd like to link up to go and play with you or find out what fields you're attending, just so I can go get outside of the field that I'm currently playing at. With that being said, we'll see you next time on Dagger Studios. Iron sights are not dead, and we'll check you later.